Buying a house in Japan update. I bought the house. It took so much longer than I thought I was going to. So much has happened. Like, why did I think buying and moving into a house would just be like a smooth process? I don't want to say everything has gone wrong. It's just that like nobody's done their job right. It's just made a lot more work than we thought we were gonna have to do. Most of the issue though was our realtor. Ugh, so happy I could talk about him now. Like, I am not even being a care when I say this man messed up, wasted our time, and didn't take us seriously like every single step of the way. It was like pulling teeth. Then he would just gaslight us and never apologize. Like, after living in Tokyo, I always wondered what the average like shitty salaryman does at his job, and now I know. Obviously, I'm very happy to be in this beautiful house and I'm very grateful, but we looked at this place in June and we just closed it on Halloween. Genuinely believe it took so long because of that guy. He literally wasted not only our time but the seller's as well. The seller's father was this really cute little old man. He was so mad by the time that we were closing the other day. Also, the husband who had to come from out of town to close everything, our realtor told him he had to get this like specific document. So he took not only 1 but 2 days off of work because you have to close houses during the weekday obviously to transfer money from the bank, but he had to come a day early to go and sit and get his paperwork that the guy wanted, just for him to be like, oh yeah, you didn't need that, why did you bring it? Just one example of like all the stuff that he was doing to us. Like, literally we were bonding in the room just like talking shit about that guy the entire time and like complaining like how awful he was. Like, you have to be so bad at your job for Japanese people to literally tell you to your face how much they do not enjoy your presence. But anyways, we were just going to tough it up because we, you know, obviously wanted this house. But literally the day we moved in, they found a leak like immediately. Oh, sorry, the grandpa just came to talk even more shit outside. He's literally so cute. So they found a leak under the shower room, which is really common because our house has been sitting for a while. Once you start using water again after a while, you'll find a leak. It's a pretty easy fix, but oh my god, like when we had to call the realtor people back out here and that guy showed up, mind you, we are literally moving in at that moment, like standing there like at the thought of not being able to shower or literally use any water upstairs, which is like where all of our important stuff is, like our laundry machine and stuff, our shower. And this guy comes up to us holding all the important paperwork that he forgot to give us the day that we closed the house. Like all the important stuff that we've had to put on hold because we can't have any contractors out because we don't have any documents. He comes up to us with this like big ass thing that he forgot to give us and then was like, didn't even apologize and was like, here is like a thank you catalog that has like literally just crap in it. Pleasure doing business with you. And I tell you, both me and my husband looked at each other and then like looked back at that guy and we were like, just leave. Thank God his boss is there. We were literally like, we do not want to see that guy ever again. Also, I forgot to mention that was on top of hiring cleaners out the day before, and despite paying them a couple G's, I saved to like save myself the effort and work. He literally only vacuumed and like cleaned a couple windows. So yeah, currently deep cleaning the house. Wasted my money, hopefully waiting for a quote to fix the pipe upstairs, and until then we have to like literally drive to a Sento to shower and a couple other things, but other than that we are very happy. I think Byredo is so slept on when it comes to alt-leaning colors. To be honest, I really enjoy their makeup as well as their fragrances. They just sent me some PR, I don't know why. So I thought we could do a little look together. I don't know if I'm gonna use everything that they sent. I'm just gonna mix it with my own collection. I think the box that they sent was actually for Halloween, so they included Mojave Ghost, which I've actually never smelled. Really excited to try the hair perfume. If you're ever having trouble with the longevity of your fragrances, try spraying it in your hair. It tends to last a lot longer. Also, this smells way better than I thought it was going to. Ugh, almost a little too good. I am such a sucker for violet. All right, for eyes, they did send one of their palettes, their 5-pan ones. Look how gorgeous these packagings are. I do feel like Byredo out of all of the luxury brands is the one that does it right in my opinion. This is the Color Story. Ooh, I want to mix these two together. Yeah, I'm just gonna start with the basic smoky eye. This palette is so pretty. This is the Siamancer palette, by the way, and I'm really drawn to this orange. I'm just gonna place it all over my inner corner and I think it's gonna look cool. Taking the excess on my lid. Ooh, curious about the glitter. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Literally in love with the eyes. Now moving on to the lips, they sent me 2 colors and they're both red, which I don't know if I'll go for in this lip combo, but they are stunning. Instead, I'm going to use some of their color sticks. I'm obsessed with these. I'm leaning towards these 2 shades, starting first with Kumato. This is one of my favorite lipsticks in my collection right now, and I don't know if it's technically even a lipstick. It's such an interesting color. And then the center, I'm going to take Drava. It's like a really dark smoky brown. A little gloss, also Casablanca Lily. These go so well together. And then this is the finished look. I think I channeled the essence of this palette, even though I use mostly my own collection. Anyways, everything is beautiful. Thank you so much, Byredo. I don't know what I did to deserve this. Look how beautiful this palette is. If you haven't seen this before, this is from Danessa Myricks, and I've been wanting to try more of her makeup for a while, but I have very spooky inclined taste, so a lot of this stuff is kind of a miss for me. But when I saw this Color Story, I was like, my fate is sealed. This is how it comes, and this is the 7th iteration of her lightwear palette. I have one of the very early ones. You can pop this mirror out, and you can pop one of these out and carry them like this. Also, you can depot all of these shades. Even though this is quite expensive, it does have a lot of functionality. My number one burning question though is, can it compare to my favorite CBD shimmers? A lot of these shades truly do look promising, but first I have to try the gray. Ooh, yeah, that blends really nice. I don't think I've ever tried a matte from her. How pretty is this shade? These kind of have like that buttery feel. So effortless to smoke these out. I was gonna add the black, but I think I'm just going to swatch it because I like how this looks. Let's see. Yeah. All right, time for these shimmers. I'm going to compare a couple to this one because this is my favorite shimmer in my entire collection. This is Juicy D127. Looks like this. I'm going to try this shade first because it looks the closest. Whoa. Actually, this one kind of looks like it could be more shimmery. Let's see. That is actually insane. I don't even think my camera can pick it up because it's so shiny. I guess I don't really have to, but I'll swatch these two up here. Ooh, okay. This one is a little bit less sparkly but still really pretty, and then this is the other one. Just for curiosity, I do also want to swatch this purple color because it looks crazy in the pan, and it's crazy on my hand as well. Wow, I think it's so rare to see formulas like this in a Western beauty brand. To finish up my eyes though, I do think I have to take this shade, of course. Wow, that is so pretty. All right, this is the finished look. So pretty, just with 2 eyeshadows. Really impressed and also delighted that this is part of my collection now. You guys, I just finished Between Two Fires, and I just have to say, this is probably one of my favorite books I have ever read. It has wrenched open a hole in my heart that literally only it can fill now. I actually finished it last month, and then it was so good that I had to read it again. So I've read it twice in the last 4 weeks. You have not heard of this. It's basically a medieval horror story that takes place in like 1300s plague-ridden French countryside. While there's like this existential war between heaven and hell raging on, and hell is basically winning because God is nowhere to be found. Like, I need a video game adaptation of this from FromSoft yesterday. There's just like so much symbolism. Like, if you love like medieval history or demonology or like the Christian mythology, this is such a treat. As someone who's interested in all those things, I love that it's so well researched and really touches on the fears that people had at that time. The main plot centers around basically 3 characters, like an older disgraced knight who comes to care for a really strange girl, and then a priest who is kind of troubled with his fate. Can't stress like how much I love the characters. We follow them on what I want to say is a grand adventure, but at the same time it feels so humble journey across the crumbling French landscape, and they're just facing like all sorts of demons, famine, and basically just doing whatever it takes to survive. Like, I was biting my nails the whole time. I was so stressed for them. Seriously, the way that everything is described just felt so real and so dire. If you love Dark Souls or dark fantasy with really interesting monsters and fight scenes, as well as a lot of symbolism and historical references, what a blessing this was to see it through to the end. I am not even gonna lie, the last 2 weeks have been the most stressful period I've ever had in my life. We bought a house and then they found a leak, and just like the real estate agency that we were dealing with is so terrible. I literally just want to hug my mom and cry. I live abroad though, so I cannot. Instead, I just want to open some blind boxes, okay? I'm sure there's a better way to deal with stress, but you know what? I want some Labubus, I'm sorry. I have some I bought myself. I literally blacked out last week because I was about to cry, level stress. These also showed up in the mail. My husband said he bought them for me because he felt bad for me. I literally already opened one already. Yesterday was very stressful particularly, but this is the one I got. I've really fallen in love with Labubus recently. My mother-in-law got me into them. I also have a lot of doll clothes, so I'm gonna dress them up. I'm gonna open the other one my husband got me. This is the Macaroon series. I'm kind of late to the game, so I just want to collect like 1 or 2 from the older series. I'm really hoping for soy milk, but I'll be happy with anybody honestly at this point. Okay, who is it? Ask and you shall receive. I think the universe knew that I was having a shitty last 2 weeks. Behold my son. This is the pink one all dressed up, by the way. I mean, I have 1 more that I bought from the series. I only meant to have 1, but I guess now I have 3. I'll leave where I bought these below. Let's see who's it going to be. Oh, I got the gray one. Look how cute. I wonder which outfit I should put on him. Yeah. Right, next I have 2 boxes from the series. I believe this is the newest one, the Big Into Energy. I love that these ones have colored eyes. My mother-in-law gave me this one, but I really want the pink one. Let's see. Ain't no gosh. This is literally the best day ever. I'm obsessed with her. Okay, while the gods are listening, can I have the blue one? Oh my god, I'm so bad at opening these boxes. Who is it? Oh, wait. Orange one's a lot less orange in real life. And now she's a nun. All right, last one. Do not judge me. I really do love clowns. So I bought the secret Labubu. Already opened and everything and confirmed because look at him. What can I say? I love clowns. I got that collection all in PR. So I was like, you know what? I would have got it anyway, so I guess it equals out, girl math. Yeah, literally so cute. I think this one doesn't have ears, which is like kind of weird, but I'm just obsessed with this design. Anyways, these are my ladies. I love them all, and I do feel better actually. My husband loves to buy me weird luxury lipsticks. It's kind of like his thing at this point. I mentioned this shade from Gucci a couple times and he came home with it the other day. Have you ever seen a prettier color? We're actually going on a date tonight, so let's try this together and then I'll show him later. The shade is called 704 Valentine Verdante. Took my previous gloss off. Let's try it. Oh, that's such an interesting shade. It's actually a little bit more blue than I was expecting, at least on my skin tone. Even though it says it's a matte, it does feel really creamy. I want to see how much I can build it up. All right, this is what it looks like. Super pretty. I love this shade of green. This is a perfect date night color in my opinion. I honestly think Gucci makeup is really slept on. I'm gonna add a little bit of highlighter because I forgot earlier. Just love a lot of their products. Very, very happy, and now I'm gonna go thank my husband and show him. I have way more makeup than any one person really needs, and to be honest, I do struggle to give everything love. So I decided to start doing a kind of monthly or bi-monthly curation just based on whatever I'm loving, and right now it is medieval history and art, thinking lots of jewel tones, aged parchment shades, and metals. Picked out a lot of stuff and I hope it all fits in here, so let me show you what I picked. First off, this gold Sugar Rock palette specifically for this shade. I think it's just perfect. Also the packaging. Just want everything to give me like a fantasy, so I'm excited to use it. Then some assorted indie singles. Tried to reference these the best I could. By Rita's newest palette. I bought this one as a present to myself when I moved, and I think it's just perfect. From Shall We, their Circus palette. I really wanted to focus on the metallics. Then the Fatally Yours 2 palette. I really want to use this more. Lots of options for face stuff. This is a newer shade from the CB brand Hintor, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I'm wearing it today. It kind of just gives you like that jaundiced, like old painting look. Wanted to incorporate even more yellow. This is Wasp from Ritual Defeat. I also have their newer shade in Weeping Cherry if I wanted to do like more historically accurate makeup. Then I have one of the darker contours. I thought this would come in handy. This is Divination. The red blush from Kaleidos. Dior blush in Mahogany. And then I thought this palette just fit the vibe. This is the La Santa Cruz. I'm not sure which face palette, but it kind of looks like this. I found a lot of peachy tones, so I thought this would work. And then lastly, I have this highlighter from Girl Cool. It just seemed very whimsical. Before we move on to lips, because I picked out a lot of options, I did want to show these colored mascaras because I thought they'd be fun. These are the colors. I have yellow, blonde, maroon, and forest green. All right, now moving on to lips. Is by far the largest category, but also my favorite. Of course, I had to include some of the Sushi Go lip tints. I mean, look at them. I picked 3 of the jewel tones. This is Hobgoblin, Hypoxia, and Aurora, which you can't see but is a deep purple. Then this blue shade from Dramo. 2 metallic lipsticks from Unearthly Cosmetics. Heavy on the silver. This one is Void, and then this one is Ancient. This lipstick from Flower Nose, not just for the packaging but also for the color. I love this brown shade. Another couple brown shades. Picked this one from Makeup Forever because it kind of matches that weird like brownish black shade that you see in a lot of the artwork. In a similar vein, I have Bronzed In from Entropy. 3 shades from Blackman Cosmetics. I know I picked a lot. Abyss, which is like a super deep dark red. Myth, which is like a shimmery dark green, reminding me of kind of like velvet. And then Sarah, which is a really dark shimmery blue. Then I have Judith from Melt Cosmetics. Such a pretty sickly shade. Wild Pear from Roman. It's like a weird jaundicey yellow lip tint. And then lastly, I thought these lip balms from Bella Tate Bar would be interesting to include. This is the shade Nightmare, Dark Matter, and then Decay. I also want to try to use these mirrors, but this is what everything looks like. I have my palettes here, my face products, mascara, and then all the lipsticks. This is literally so fun and I cannot wait to use everything. So my new house doesn't have a working shower, so I have to drive 40 minutes to a bathhouse. I also forgot where I packed my skincare, but hey, I have this 9-step Korean skincare routine from Mixin. I've actually never done this many steps in my skincare routine, so I was really excited and I felt like I needed it. Obviously, I can't really use the cleansers because I was in the bathhouse, so I'm started first with their Centella toner, very light and soothing. Next is their Galactomyces Ferment Essence, one of my favorite products that they have. My skin was surely happy to see it. Then these next 2 products I haven't tried before. This is their Bifida Ferment Essence, and then their Centella Essence, which is a little bit thicker than their toner. Honestly, by this point, I felt like my skin looked like literally glass-like. I can see why people do this. The last couple of steps include the heavy hitters, but obviously I don't need the sunscreen because I'm going to bed for the night, so I took it off to use in the morning. And I'm left with these 2 products, which I absolutely adore. This is their Bean Essence. I highly recommend checking it out. It's a great snail mucin alternative. It also leaves your skin super dewy and bouncy. And then lastly is their Bean Cream, which is the same ingredient as their Bean Essence, but in a thicker form to seal your moisture barrier. I feel like this product is slept on. I love that it's not sticky but glowy at the same time. But yeah, I love the way my skin turned out. I really feel like I have to treat myself during these times, so these have been such a godsend. Highly recommend if you want to check out their products or if you just want to travel with them. Okay, I think this will be the last Labubu for a while. The coven is completed. She's literally as black as my soul. I could not ask for anything more. Hotbox was kind enough to send over Labubu's 10th anniversary set. All the details up here. And before I show you guys what's inside, I just want to say, as someone who lives in Asia and who also has family in Asia who collects pop art, Labubu, Skull Panda, Molly, these series have been around a long time, a lot longer than they've been trendy in the West. So like, don't even slander these cute little creatures, okay? Anyways, this is the tote bag. I believe everything in here is black themed. Love. Inside is a clear file. I love these little tab marks. A keychain mirror. Oh my god, this is so cute. I can't wait to put this on my bag. And then I'm not sure, but I believe you get one of two keychains. Let's see. Oh. Wait, I thought it was gonna be black, but I guess there's more than two options. It's like the original Labubu art. So mischievous. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put this on my bag too. And then the queen herself. She's all black. She has this cute little shirt on for her 10th anniversary, but I'm taking this off because I have an outfit for her and she's going to be the most peak goth Labubu out there. Labubu collectors might think this is sacrilegious, but come on, look how stunning she is. I actually have another option too. I mean, come on, the angel of death Labubu. Thank you so much, Popbox. This is beyond generous. We'll treasure all of this, but especially her forever. It has been a long time coming, but finally we have a new collection from Kaleidos. I'm literally so excited. This is the brand that got me into C Beauty, and I was so sad not to see any makeup from them for so long, but I know that they've been hard at work. This is their new Moon Arcade collection. Seems to be very lips focused, and I believe there's 2 new products and an extension of an existing one. Let's just dive into it because I really want to try some of these on. The product I'm most excited for is their new Glass Load Lip Melts. Yes, this is a gray lip balm. Ooh, and it's actually so opaque. So shiny too, even though it's more like a lip balm. These are really cool, not just because of the colors, but they're actually refillable. And you can choose whatever component you like. They're all really cute, but these 2 are definitely my favorites. They have 3 formulas. This is the more opaque solid shades. Some super sparkly like iridescent shades. Literally so shiny. And then one that kind of looks like satin. I'm literally so excited to see products like these as a dry lip girly. Ugh, I just want to throw this in my purse already. Alright, moving on though. If you've been a big fan of Kaleidos's shimmer eyeliners, rejoice. I know these are really viral on TikTok especially, and there are now 6 new shades. Also, I don't know if they're thinking of me because these are literally all of my colors. I'm gonna do a quick eyelet because of course I have to use this red one. The nice thing about these is that since they are like super budge proof, they're great for doing these kind of like block eyeliners even on super deep set eyes. Oh my gosh, I literally forgot to tell you guys what shades I was using. This one is Scarlet Striker, and then this gray shade was Stranger. I did notice that they had some gems that they included. These ones match my color, so I'm gonna add a few and come back. All right, this is the final eye look, and by the way, these eyeliners are crazy. They last forever, even through the Japanese summer. All right, and then the final product is lip liners. Kaleidos finally has lip liners, and I believe they're all nude. Here's them all swatched. I don't think these are transfer proof, but they are definitely really creamy and seems like they'll last for a while. I really want to try this darkest shade. This is Dark Matter. Just going to do my normal dark lip liner placement. Wow, these are super easy to work with. And even though I'm really tempted to go back in with the gray, I do want to try the shade Cheat Code. It's like this really cool iridescent orange. Ew. Oh my god, that is so pretty. Just adding a finishing touch, and then this is the finished look. Kaleidos also always does a great Black Friday sale, so definitely check everything out. Get ready with me to go see Tenchi no Tamago, or Angel's Egg. I am literally so excited to go. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Such a huge inspiration for me, fashion-wise, art-wise, makeup-wise even. And if you've never seen or even heard of Angel's Egg, it's basically like this surreal 80s animation, notably with art and character design by Yoshitaka Amano. Basically, my plan is to match the colors of the film. I already have a lot of my outfit on already. Then I'm gonna start my makeup with a sheer white foundation because like everybody in this movie is literally white. Also, people always ask me what this foundation is. It's the Blue Wood foundation made by Mitchell in LB1. And then for eyeshadow, since I have a lot of blue on my outfit, I actually want to match the really iconic pink dress that the girl wears. I'm thinking these 3 shades will do it. I'm gonna start with this one. I'm just gonna do like a basic smoky eye, accentuating my dark circles. Then for shimmer, I'm gonna keep it really simple and go in with this shade, I think, just all over my eye. And then to tie in the blue for my outfit, I do want to take this shade right in my inner corner, lightening my brows, thinking this purple blush. Ooh, yeah. And I noticed that this shimmer that I added has kind of like a gold reflect, which I don't want. So I think I'm gonna add some of this shade. I think that's much better. Adding freckles, because why not? Then for lips, I was thinking to do like a really pale shade, but to be honest, I have been obsessed with this black gloss from Hintor, so I just want to use it. Lining my lips first though, and then just like look at this gloss. Ooh, so opaque. It looks like black tar. All right, and then this is the finished makeup. Just something pretty simple. And to finish my outfit, I want to add another cross. There's so many Christian references in this film, so I want to highlight that. It's one of the reasons that I love the film so much. Not that I'm Christian or anything. I just love interpretations of like biblical stuff. I think, of course, I have to wear blanche back because it literally smells like an angel with incense and, I don't know, fluffy clouds. Then I have this striped skirt to reference the girl striped dress. Some really cute tights. Then there's just like the faintest hint of red in there, so I want to add red socks. Then I got this really cute school bag recently. I'm gonna bring it because it looks like an egg. And then this is the final outfit. I know that everyone's been freaking out about the Nana x Vivienne Westwood collaboration, but personally, my wallet is in far more danger from the Angel's Egg x Mikio Sakabe collection. Now, if you are as big of a fan of this obscure 80s animation as I am, you are geeking out right now because merchandise for this film is almost non-existent. However, it just got remastered, which means in Japan, some brand is going to make a collaboration with them. And I literally freaked out when I saw that it was Mikio Sakabe. If you're really into Japanese fashion, you definitely know who they are. This is one of my favorite movies ever, so I really want to show you guys what's in the collection because I love everything. Starting off with one of my favorite pieces, it's literally the movie printed onto a pair of loafers. Really, how cute are these? I saw this collection in person and even all of the insoles are printed with the artwork. I also love this pair of Mary Janes with feathers embroidered onto it, once again with the artwork inside. Literally love these Mary Janes as well. I love that these ones are a little bit more wearable. Then these ones are personally not for me, but look at the artwork on this sneaker. And if a bunch of cute Angel's Egg shoes wasn't enough, they actually have a clothing line as well. Literally get t-shirts with original Yoshitaka Amano artwork on it. And then I have a lot of favorite pieces from this collection, but I think my top three would be this dress that they literally recreated from the main character. It's literally her super iconic pink striped dress, and it gets even better because there's actually a matching pair of boots. I mean, come on, this setup is so good, and I love that it's not like super in your face. They also made a white version of the dress, which I'm equally as obsessed with. Matching boots as well. I'm very tempted about these. And then my favorite piece in the whole collection, I want this so bad, but like never in a million years would I be able to afford it. All the other stuff I would say is very reasonable, but this one is like right off the runway, it feels like. So beautiful. I literally went to go see it in person because I'm obsessed with it. I love the sleeves, I love the red and gray and like the Victorian buttons. Just the fact that this was inspired by the original artwork for the girl in the film. And yeah, that is most of it. It's literally been consuming me for the past like couple weeks. If you are also an Angel's Egg fan, definitely check it out because we will probably never see merchandise ever again. Alright, I always get asked about my jewelry and where I get it from. My answer is always the same. Pretty much everything I wear is from Ask and Embla. They just have an aesthetic that I really like and it appeals to me. Their pieces are just really nice and heavy, very durable, and plus, who doesn't want to support an alternative Asian brand? I want to share with you guys all my favorite pieces and then also make some recommendations since their Black Friday sale is coming up. First of all, my most worn earrings. I also get the most comments about these. I'm going to leave all the names below so I don't have to mention them one by one, but these are just a really cool like industrial cross. And then these might be my favorite earrings in my entire collection. They're just like cute little dangly skulls. I think they're so cute and just like perfect for like a little understated spookiness. I feel like they look kind of like pearl earrings, but they're skulls. And then these absolute beauties. They actually have a matching necklace that I'll show later, or maybe just right now because this necklace is so pretty. I just love all the details they put in their pieces, even down to their clasp. I guess I'll just put it on and go through all my favorite necklaces. This is currently the stack I have pretty much on heavy rotation. I especially love this chain, and I guess I'll show you the details of some other ones. Look how beautiful. Also, one thing I just really love about their work is that everything stacks well together and it kind of just gives the appearance of almost like armor. For example, these are all the rings that I really like. It's actually a goal of mine to collect enough of their pieces that I can actually stack them on top of each other to get this kind of like faux armor effect. I mean, just look how cool that is. I do want to highlight specifically this ring because it looks like you have a vine of thorns going around your finger. I love this. And then also these are the two bracelets I have from them. Literally so stunning. Actually, my personal wish list is the necklace version of this like thorn chain. It's so sick. Also, this septum ring that I always get questions about is like a stack of spiked chains. It's also from Ask and Embla. Like literally everything I love is from them. I pretty much go to them for like all of my septum jewelry. But yeah, these are literally all of my favorites. I don't normally wear them all like this at the same time, but I've loved everything that I've ever got from them. I believe that the sale that they're having is going up to like 40% off, so definitely go check them out if you had your eye on a couple pieces. Alright, I have a very special CBD palette to share with you today from one of my favorite brands in collaboration with me. Somebody let me do another collab, and this time there's lipsticks. It is very much my pleasure to introduce with Shall We Makeup the Nocturnal Flame collection. I want to show you guys everything that's in the collection, starting off first with the palette. Look how beautiful this artwork is. I feel like their artists really captured my vision, which was dark fantasy and blood moon inspired, so I guess let me just show you what's inside. Alright. Look how beautiful. I really wanted to make a really unique gothic palette. Let me swatch all the shades and take you through my thought process. First of all, I knew I needed to have some like glowing ghoulish blues. I also basically wanted to have my dream like everyday palette, so these shades definitely had to be included. Look how stunning. I feel like it just looks like moonlight. Next up, of course, I had to go all out with the grays. I have a black sparkly shade. Oof. My perfect silver sparkly shade. Then a kind of purplish gray. And then I love this shade because it technically kind of reads as a dark brown, but if you put it with gray, it looks gray. And then you can also use it to darken the bright ass orange that's in here. I love to mix bright colors with grays, and this time I wanted to go for a kind of orange red because I feel like they're really underrated and I never see them, so I had to create one. Also in general, when it comes to like a blood moon or a witch's moon, I feel like they're more orange than red. Speaking of witch's moon, this is the star of the palette in my opinion. I don't even think the camera can capture her beauty. She literally looks like a witch's moon. Also, all of the shades are magnetic and depotable. Let me just swatch it for you. It literally looks like fire. And then I love this last shade too. It shifts from a emerald green to a reddish purple. It's so cool. Very subtle though. I feel like it's so unique and it kind of looks like an oil spill. These are all the shades, and then I want to swatch the lipsticks for you. This first shade's kind of like a liquid lipstick and it's called Phantom Nude. Like the perfect mix between a taupe and a gray. It's also the one I'm wearing right now. Then there are two glosses, and I wanted these to be like kind of just once again everyday shades for ghouls. This first one's called Lacrimosa. It's kind of like a semi-opaque gray gloss. If you've been wanting something forever, sometimes you just have to make it. It's just a little bit more cool tone than the taupe shade. And then this last one is my take on a black gloss. I have a little bit of it on now, but it's kind of a brown black, and then it has a little bit of red shimmer there, and it's not too pigmented but still like enough. And per usual with Shelby, the palette comes in a full size and a mini. So cute. Then other than that, the collection releases very soon on the 4th of December. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. These are some books I've read recently. I thought I would get my thoughts in case anyone's interested in these titles. I hope this doesn't ruffle any feathers, but I want to start with the books that I didn't like. First up is Blood Over Brighthaven. This book is painfully predictable. Also, all the characters are really one-dimensional and just not interesting. And maybe because I'm already familiar with the theming, kind of disappointing despite the fact that the author is really heavy-handed, that there wasn't really anything added to the conversation. Also, this reads a lot like YA, which I'm not a big fan of. Next up is Akatar. Probably one of the worst books I've ever read in my life. I don't think I need to explain further. I wanted to DNF this, but I didn't. But this book, The Night and the Moth, I did DNF. A lot of my friends are recommending this to me because it's like a gothic fantasy, but it just felt kind of bland and boring. Like there was just kind of something missing. I got about halfway through and then I was like, I really don't care how it ends. All right, now to the books I love. Between Two Fires has been my absolute, if not my favorite read in a really long time. I already talked about it in depth, but if you love like religious horror, medieval history, demonology, Dark Souls level grit, is such a treat. Definitely going to be a yearly read for me. Another yearly read for me is Frankenstein. I just reread it in preparation for the movie that just came out. I wanted to refresh my thoughts before I watched it, and what can I say? Every time I read this again, I just find something new. This is probably my favorite book of all time, and actually I just got my grandma to read it for the first time, so I am eagerly awaiting her thoughts. And then some more gothic literature. I read The Silent Companions, and while not a 5-star, this is just a really solid like gothic haunted house story. The main character is a grieving widow spending time in her like crumbling estate out in the countryside. Oh, if you haven't read it already, it is really good. And then lastly is Sloofa. I've seen people recommend this like constantly. It was really hard to find in Japan, but I finally tracked down a copy. Very classic like witch versus Puritan story. I really loved how like the otherworldly elements were done, but my favorite part about this story was actually the religious conflict. The main character comes from England, and then she's thrust into this like Puritan society in America. It's like a very cozy read. Also, the last 40 pages were epic. I have never seen a luxury palette more suited to my taste. I mean, dusty neutrals and reds. This is the Bibliophile palette, Lover of Books. That which I am. This is my current TBR. It is very pricey, but honestly I picked it up because I want to use a lot of these shades as blushes. A lot of these tones are ones that are like almost impossible to find individually. I'm very excited about this, so let's do a full face together. I'm gonna start with my eyes first and just get them out of the way with a basic gray look. Ooh, these shades are so soft. I don't want to see how deep it gets. Oh, I guess I'll take just a little bit for some dimension. And then I am very curious about this shimmer shade. It looks really sparkly. Ooh, it looks so wet, like watercolor. That is so pretty. Ah, I feel like a spooky fairy. All right, now for blush, there's literally so many shades I want to try in here. That's specifically why I bought it. These are the main shades I want to try. Especially curious about this kind of like dusty jaundice yellow. I've been obsessed with this color of blush. Thinking for today, I want to give this one a shot. Ooh, yeah, that is so pretty. I have really been loving a brown blush lately, but it's so hard to find ones for pale skin that don't turn like spruce color or absolutely orange. Just for science, I'm gonna add a little bit of these two grays just to see what I can make. This is absolutely everything I wanted it to be. All right, for lips, who would I be if I did not try these shimmery reds? I think I'm just gonna use one of them as a lipstick. These are the two options. Ooh, these are super creamy, by the way, and I'm just gonna go all over my lips. That is so pretty. I need a lipstick this color. Little highlight just on the nose and tops of my cheek. Whoa. All right, this is the finished look. I love it. I feel so pretty. That being said, though, I don't think I can recommend this to everybody because it's so expensive, but if you know that you're gonna use these shadows, it's really nice. To be honest, when it comes to your skin, there are two products that no matter what else you use make the most difference, and that is a double cleansing oil and sunscreen. I literally used to think these were gimmicks and never used them, but in fact, everybody is right. These two products are specifically from Mixsoon, which means they're affordable and accessible. First up is their Bean Cleansing Oil. Has the same ingredients that their Bean Essence does, but in an oil form. A cleansing oil, whether you are acne prone or not, is going to remove all the dirt and impurities that your normal cleanser cannot. Targets sebaceous filaments on your nose and clogged pores. I've actually been moving the last week and not double cleansing. You can see there's so much clogging going on in my skin because I haven't let it breathe. The only tip is just to make sure that you are emulsifying the cleanser before you remove it. Otherwise, you are leaving oil residue on your face and that can break you out. But yeah, very gentle and it makes your skin like baby soft, like pores wear. And then guys, if you are not wearing sunscreen, it is time to start. There is not a single product that you will see more benefits from, especially in terms of texture, anti-aging, fine lines, all kinds of stuff. My acne even got better after I started using sunscreen. I mean, seriously, hyperpigmentation, protecting your skin barrier from the sun, like all kinds of stuff for one product. And I know I used to personally hate sunscreen because they either burned my eyes or peeled off my face or broke me out. But Mixsoon Centella sunscreen doesn't do any of that. It absorbs really quickly. No white cast, no sticky, no peeling, and most importantly, no breaking me out or stinging my eyes. It's actually in fact soothing because of the centella in here. Highly recommend both, especially if you have dry, sensitive, acne prone skin like me. Please don't be like me and reap those benefits. This is a black lipstick from 1924, and inside here is the most beautiful vintage themed spider makeup compact. This has been on my wish list forever. I picked up a couple of things from Besame's Halloween launch. If you've never heard of them before, they basically specialize in recreating vintage makeup, oftentimes sourcing existing products like this lipstick from 1922. I wanted to try that one, but first of all, I have to try this black. This is what the component looks like. So beautiful. And it also came with this cute little brooch. This is Raven Black in 1924, and on the back of the box it says that this was famously used in black and white films by Clara Bow, and then also Theda Bara, who I know, I see the comments, a lot of people tell me I look like her. I also agree. Here is the swatch. They do say to style after your celebrity look-like after all. The shape of the lipstick makes the application really precise. This is what it looks like. It's literally not patchy at all and it feels so good on the lips. I think I'm gonna call it out that this is probably one of the best black lipsticks I've tried in a long time. I was gonna try on this lipstick from 1922 called Blood Red as well, but I don't think I want to take this one off, so I think I'll just swatch it instead. Very beautiful. I could totally imagine these two together. Also, for anybody wondering, I have Noir Red from them and that's what it looks like compared to the two. All right, now for this compact. I have been wanting one of these for years and I always miss the pre-order, but not this year. Look how beautiful. My spooky heart. This is so heavy. It feels really luxurious. I think it's just pure metal, and this is the detail. I mean, just imagine doing your makeup in this. These are refillable, and when you order one, you get to pick the shade you want to go inside. This is the color I chose from 1959, Dreamy Pink. I am literally so happy right now. If you are a beauty history nerd like me, definitely go check them out. I wish I could buy like everything from them. Okay, I have here the new Hirano figures. I feel like everybody was tagging me about these. Word on the streets that there is a Plague Doctor design in here, and if you didn't know, I collect Plague Doctor blind boxes. It's a very specific hobby, but these are two of my favorites. These were kindly sent by Popbox. I'll leave all the details up here, and I guess we're just gonna open them together because the other designs also do look really cute. I already know which one I'm gonna pick, but I think I'm gonna keep one more, and then the rest will, as usual, go to my friends. This set is called the Monsters Carnival, and even though I really love the design of Hirano, I don't actually own any of the figures, so this is really exciting. It's gonna be my first one. Let's see who's first. This is what the packaging looks like. Oh my god, the detail is amazing. Also, I think you can collect this little stand and put them on it and they light up, but I don't have that and I don't know where to get it. Who's first? Oh my god, oh no, what happened to his head? He comes with a little baseball bat, maybe he bashed it in. This is the zombie. Oh, his little black eye is so cute. Now that I'm looking at the designs, I know I said I'd keep two, but they have a Grim Reaper, a clown, and a vampire. Okay, I'm just gonna see the card. Dude, he is so cute. He has little skeleton feet and hands. Here's him with this little scythe and mask. Oh, I might have to keep this one. This is the Grim Reaper. Also, I love his little ghost balloon. Okay, I really want to see the clown and then, of course, the plague doctor. Let's see. Okay, just opening it up, I see the mask. Ah! I'm so excited for this. Oh my god, he is literally perfection. Even has his little tool, and I'm pretty sure that lantern lights up, so I need to find that stand. Put his mask on. I am literally obsessed. He is definitely the best one. Okay, 3 more. I'm literally so excited to see what the rest of the designs look like. Stop. He's pulling out his little fangs and he already has one in his jar. How cute his card is. I kind of want to just keep it so I can use this one as a bookmark. I don't want this to be over yet. Hey, this one's like fuzzy. Wow, the detail on this one is crazy. This is the killer bunny. Oh, is that what his little like carrot thing he's supposed to be holding is? It's supposed to be like dripping from a fresh kill. Oh my gosh, cute. Okay, last one should be the clown. I actually collect clown blind boxes as well. Oh, he's on a spring. I have a skull panda that looks really similar to him. This is the creepy clown. He's not creepy. He is literally adorable. As for who I'm gonna keep though, of course, the plague doctor. And then I think these two, maybe the vampire. But I think these 2 kitties will go to my friends. Thank you once again to Popbox. As always, I'm in love. Get ready with me to watch Frankenstein at home. I know this is really late, but I was watching Tickets in Tokyo, then I had to move, then I had to fix my house after I moved, then my family came, so I get to watch it just on Netflix. But I still want to dress up because that's what I wanted to do originally. I already have some of my outfit on, so I'm gonna start with my base makeup. I am literally like the hugest Frankenstein and Del Toro fan, so you cannot believe my excitement. I'm one of those people who doesn't want to watch something that I think I'm gonna like until I'm just completely ready to, and I feel like today is the day. Now for eyes, I literally just got this in the mail today. I haven't seen any of the movie, but I have seen the outfits. Look how perfect this would be for all of the outfits, especially that Elizabeth wears. But speaking of Elizabeth, first I think I should finish my Mia Goth base. That's what I like to call it. It means like no eyebrows, a lot of powder, and freckles. Mia Goth base. Alright, this is a very complex color story, but I think I'm gonna start with this yellow. This is Sugar Rock's new palette, by the way. I love to collect these. And I'm just gonna take that all over as my transition shade. Then I'm gonna take the darker green, then taking this beautiful blue all over my eyelid. I want it to be a little bit brighter, so I'm also gonna take this shade from their gold palette. Is it right in the center? Yeah. I think I'm gonna take this really pretty shade on my bottom lash line. It literally looks like copper. Highlight in the inner corner and gray blush. Then, since there's a lot going on up here, I think I'm just gonna do a gray gloss. I'm going to use the shade Lacrimosa from Showy just all over. I know there's Tim Burton pretty, but maybe this is like Del Toro pretty. For accessories, I need my little skull earrings, of course. Then this like super long cross chain. I'm kind of going for like a 70s vibe. I noticed that a lot of the outfits that especially Victor wears have a little bit of a 70s flair. Then for my fragrance, I just feel like Victor would wear Halfetti from Penhaligon's. It just smells expensive but also gothic. Now for the rest of my outfit, I really want to channel Victor's style. I have a little black vest and some red silk. This is definitely the vibe. May or may not keep this. I'm trying to decide between long striped pants or some cropped black ones. Thinking black. Then I have to do my little white skull bag and these Victorian boots. And here's what it would look like if I was actually going out. I also have my Alexander McQueen skull cane. I also have this really cute like buttress coat. Is that the word for it? But yeah. This is the finished outfit, and now we're gonna go watch the movie in my house. I want to share with you guys my custom Danessa Myricks palette because I'm actually traveling to Thailand tomorrow for 2 weeks, and I didn't want to bring a bunch of palettes even though I wanted to do some makeup there. And I just put everything I could ever want inside this palette, so let me show you what I did. Okay, first of all, I took off 2 of the components from the original palette, the warm one and then most of the purple shades. So all that I really have left is the blue shade, and then I switched this shade out from the middle one. And I also included this gorgeous purple and the neutral shade. Then if you guys are following me, you might have seen that I have a collaboration with Shall We Makeup. I completely depotted the mini size one because of course I want to travel with it. It's literally my perfect everyday palette. I depotted pretty much every shade here. This is what the packaging looks like now because I already had a gray from Danessa. In addition to my palette, I also depotted the Punk Bunny palette from Freya, who is literally my twin flame. I really want to use these 2 palettes together, but since I had to travel, I wasn't able to, but I was like, you know what, I'll just bring them both with me. I did once again though leave the gray. And then for the rest of the shadows, I have 2 from Adept Cosmetics, which are actually holographic. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I've been really into holographic shades recently just to throw all over the eye with like a gray shade. I especially really love this blue. It's super holographic and shifty and rainbowy. I'm thinking we're definitely gonna have a couple dates in Bangkok, so I really want to wear this shade. Then of course I have to have my shimmer reds. I didn't bring my ruby flame because it's not magnetic, but this one from Olensai Leon is. And then I also brought this shade from Drama. I forgot the name, but it's like the only red shimmer that they have. It's so pretty. Also been really gravitating towards a hot pink recently, so I brought this shade that I depotted from a palette that I don't remember the name of. And then I also have these two shades from Terra Moons, I believe. This one right here is like a very shiny hot pink. It's so pretty. I don't even think the camera can do it justice. And then this black shade's not actually black. It shifts a little bit to red, so I like to use it as a lipstick actually. And finally, I am a gold girl sometimes, but only in certain instances. And when it's a gold like this, it's also holographic. And yeah, that's it. Basically me in a palette, a bunch of super interesting sparkly colors with gray and black. I want to share my winter TBR because it is once again stacked just like my fall one. Also once again full of basically medieval horror and religious stuff. I'm going on vacation last minute to Thailand for 2 weeks, so I'm really hoping I can get through at least half of these because that's my perfect idea of a vacation. Reading but unlocking a new location. First up, I already cracked into it. This is Paradise Lost by John Milton. I don't know why I haven't read this before. It's about the fall of Lucifer from a more sympathetic standpoint, and a lot of the fiction that I love to read these days is based on this one, so I'm going back to the origin. Next up, I have two more medieval horrors from Mitchell Luthi, who wrote Pilgrim. Absolutely love this and I need more. I read this book because I had a hole in my heart after Between Two Fires, and honestly this is also a 5-star read for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I also picked up his Black Tongue and then The Name of the Worm. And actually because I've been reading so much medieval horror lately, especially to do with the plague, I picked up some secondary reading, I guess. First one is Plagues and People by William H. McNeill. It's basically a comprehensive history on infectious diseases from a political, demographic, and also psychological standpoint, all throughout history from prehistory until now. So I'm really interested to read this on the plane, I think. Just a little light reading. Then I found myself wanting to have more of a first-hand account of the medieval era, so I have some writing from 12th century. This is the selected philosophical writings from Aquinas. I'm very interested in Catholicism, so I'm really curious to see what somebody from 800 years ago has to say. I'm sure I'm not gonna like a lot of it, but I really want to learn people's fears and hopes from the time. I think it's just really interesting. And then next, I am so excited to read. This is Femina from Janina Ramirez. This basically takes you through medieval history, but gives you an account of all the women who were basically written out of it. This is all very factual. I think it has like archaeological evidence, actual writing from women at the time. I mean, this is about women who actually inspired, they fought, they ruled, they created. I love it. And then I found this at my local bookstore. I think it's printed in English as well. This is Weird Medieval Guys. Basically about medieval art, and it goes through like all the animals that you can find in there. This one is kitsune or fox. I would say this is supplemental. Lastly, I have two more medieval horror books. This first one is Hollow from B. Catling, and I picked this up because a lot of reviewers said that this was basically like Experience Hieronymus Bosch's Hell in a book. Then my last one is Company of Liars from Karen Maitland. I think this is a reinterpretation of the Canterbury Tales. It takes place in 14th century England with 9 characters, so there's 9 perspectives and all of them have a dark secret. I am very excited to see how it plays out. All right, that is all. Let me know if you want a review on any one of these. If you guys know me, you know that Mei Mei is like literally my favorite blind box to open. I think they are so cute and they're always like spooky and gothic. Just want to thank Popbox for sending over their winter weirdness collection. I literally stalked their shopping machine and I saw this like the hour it came out. As usual, I'll put all my information above if you want to pick up one of these cuties, because seriously, this is so cute. Also, happy holidays, you guys. Merry Christmas. Let's crack into these because I want to see all the designs. All right, first one. Oh my god, I am speechless. Like, she is so cute, so much cuter than she looked like on the box. Like, her cloak is beautiful and also fully removable. Just wow. I think I'm gonna have to keep her. This is the Ghost Puppy. I'm really so excited to see them now. Wow. Oh my gosh, like these are beautiful. I think this is probably their best collection they've ever done and definitely the highest quality. Usually I hate Christmas collections, but this is everything. This makes me want to be festive and I'm not a festive person. Who are you? Oh, the Christmas bunny. Makes sense. So they are so soft. I'm like speechless. Even the designs I think I wasn't gonna like those first two, are amazing. I really want to see the white moth. How does it always happen like this? Oh my god. She is literally me in a Mei Mei. Like, the detail on her, like the wings that are see-through lace, silver detail, and her eyes. She's so cute. Her name is the Snow Moth and she will never be removed from my bag. I'm so happy right now. All right, 3 more. I have to be kind of quick because I'm running out of time. Let's see who's next. I cannot believe how nice these are. Like, literally look at their clothes and all of the detail. Like, they're huge. This one is the Rebel Bear. I literally don't think you can lose. Honestly, at this point, I think I'm gonna buy a lot more boxes of these and give them to my friends for the holidays because these are really nice gifts, I think. Let's see. Okay, I think this is like the most simple one out of all the designs, but I love it. She's like a skeleton gingerbread cookie. Just imagine her back there for Christmas time next year. Oh, wait. Look at this, a cutie little devil with her pill that's magnetic. Also, the eyes are super demonic. Also, check the forehead. She is the devil of love, and I am also in love with her. And actually, for the first time ever, I think these are all staying with me. Thank you so much, Popbox. This is like literally the best Christmas gift ever. I'm literally over the moon. I love them all so much. So I flew last minute all the way to Thailand because I was super tired of going to the Japanese bathhouse. As you guys know, I just bought a house in Japan that had a leak, and insurance does not move very fast here. But I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but even though my husband is Japanese, his family is in Thailand. So we thought, why not bump up our yearly visit and shower there? And I wanted to show you guys what I get up to when I'm here. Mostly just eat. I'm gonna be honest, Japanese food pales in comparison to what's available here. But my favorite thing is to spend time with my mother-in-law because she is absolutely amazing. I adore her. I'm just forever grateful that my family is so vibrant and there's like a mix of 3 different languages at any given time. But like I said, I also eat, and eat. And this time I actually got to go to work with my mother-in-law, which was really cool. She works as a tour guide, and then it was actually her birthday, so we celebrated that as well. I love to see her just like in her element. I actually vlogged the whole day, so I need to edit that. But during my free time, I did a bunch of shopping. I actually found some used English books, which I was really happy to see because they were very expensive in Japan. And then I also went to, I believe, the biggest Pop Mart in the world. It was also my first ever Pop Mart store. And then another first was actually getting my nails done at home. Look how beautiful these are, and that's it. Okay, bye. I'm traveling in Thailand right now, and I swear I am never gonna leave the house without Mixun's Bean Essence. This literally saves my skin time and time again. It's seriously so versatile. I like to use it every other morning to gently exfoliate. Everybody wants to have nice skin on vacation, but I definitely have the skin type that freaks out the moment I stay anywhere but my own home. But I swear, this combination of gently exfoliating, wiping away with a toner pad to get all the dirt and debris off, letting it dry and applying another layer. It's time for the hydration and the makeup prep. Leaves my skin super smooth, not irritated, and looking super nice under makeup, which is so hard to do, I swear, if you have my skin type on vacation. It's so crazy to me that a product can be so simple, exfoliating and hydrating without irritating dry skin, but here we are. I love it. Alright, my favorite stupid brand, Girl Cult, has their new collection out. Purple lovers and cool tone girlies rejoice. This is the Jianghu collection. Literally looks so beautiful, and if you didn't know, every single Girl Cult collection is inspired by traditional Chinese culture, and this one specifically is inspired by, I believe, female-led martial arts, hence the artwork this time. Just super rad as usual, and as you can see, I have a bare face, so let's try some things. First off, the mirrors though, these have to be one of my favorite colorways. Now, the product I was most excited for are these like all-in-one kind of face palettes. I love the idea of a one and done kind of face palette product, and I never in my days thought I would see an alternative friendly one. There are 3 colorways: a neutral with a splash of blood, a pink, and then a deep dark purple witchy color story. I think I'm gonna try the purple one. This is 04. This whole top row is eyeshadows, super pretty as usual. And I want to try this super dark black shimmer. I believe you can also use this as a lipstick if you really wanted to do a full face with this palette. I'm just going to put it all over my eyes today. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of this shimmer. It looks super pretty right under my eyes. Literally obsessed with the eye look. Then there is a two-toned blush. This is the lighter shade, and then I'm just gonna add the deeper one in the center. That is so pretty. Taking the matte highlight right in the inner corner of my eyes, and then taking this contour shade just lightly on my nose. I don't think it's gonna show up that well because it's actually pretty light. Very, very soft. This is the look, and now onto lips. There are 11 shades in 2 different formulas, and literally all of them are beautiful. This is like their classic lip mud formula, and then their matte bullet type lipstick. I literally want to try all of them, but for today I think I'm just gonna try these 3 and maybe this one. Here's what the packaging looks like, by the way. So beautiful per usual. All right, this first one is S10. Let's see. Ooh, I just feel like this is like the perfect mauve shade. I feel like this whole collection is just full of perfect mauve shades. Because of that, I actually want to try G80 as well. This is like my lips but better. This is S11. It's a little bit more brown than the other 2, but pretty similar. I feel like this shade gives very like 90s. This is S12. Super beautiful vampy shade. It also has like little red glitters in there. I don't know if you can see it. It also looked a lot darker in person. Super, super pretty. Then finally, my favorite shade in the collection, I feel like the star, is is G81. It's like a very dark, deep, witchy purple. I'm just adding the tiniest bit because I want to do an ombre look. This is what the color looks like, and you also get this free gift with the collection, I believe. It's like a little lip oil, and I just want to put a little bit in the center. Yeah. Right, this is how the makeup turned out. I love it. I feel like a ghost type Pokemon trainer. I'm not a big purple fan, but I love this. Just have to say, I literally trust Girl Cole with my life. I get so many requests to do my everyday like soft gothic makeup look, even though I've made like 5 tutorials at this point, but I'll do another one. I'll use my new palette for this. This is like literally what it was made for. Yes, I did see the comments about my Black Moon palette, like the confusion about why it was so bright. When normally the looks I show you look like a corpse. That is because I started working on this palette first before I started working on that one. So this was supposed to be the OG ground zero, I don't know, like ghoulish palette. Black Moon just ended up coming out first. With that out of the way, let's get started. Recently I can't stop reaching for a sheer white foundation, so I'm going in with the glow one, and then I'm also mixing it with their concealer pot. If you are a dry skin girly, their concealer pots are so good. They stay creamy almost all day. Now going into my Nocturnal Flame palette, I'm pretty much just gonna take these 3 shades. I think my everyday look is pretty basic. I just start with like a light medium gray, and I just pull it all out, trying to match the natural shadows that fall on my face. I'm gonna grab this shade just to deepen everything up, and I like to focus a lot on my under eye. Since I don't really have a lot of lid space on the top, I really like to play with my under eye area. And then taking the access, I like to accentuate this little shadow on my nose. I blame Xiaohongshu for this. I can't stop doing it. Then most importantly for the eyes is to take a super sparkly silver shade, and you're gonna place it right under your eye, and then the access right on the top, so you get this kind of like shiny effect. This eyeshadow placement makes anything look kind of like a watercolor. Then I just follow the shape of my eye for my liner. I always lighten my brows. This is the Roman brow mascara in 08 Moon Gray. It is absolutely essential. Then I normally like to do kind of a lilac blush, but I really want to try this shade from Simi Haze. It's just calling my name. Like, look at this color. That is so pretty. I like to once again try to do this like kind of watercolor placement where everything is just really seamlessly blended out and flowy and beautiful. I always get asked what kind of highlighters I use, but I actually use a face gloss most of the time because I love that wet look. It just adds a little bit extra, and normally I use the Fui Jelly Pots, but today I'm using this one from Alternative Stereo. Then I just do the tiniest bit of powder on my smile lines, then some beauty marks. This is my normal placement. Then for lips, some kind of corpsey nude. I always line my lips with some kind of taupe shade all the way around. Again, thinking my gray gloss in Lacrimosa just all over, and done. I think it's really simple. On a good day I can do this in like 4 minutes. But yeah, hope this helps, and also thank you guys so much for all the love and support on my new palette. I literally, my heart is so full. I wouldn't be here without you guys. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, just thank you so much. It's literally a dream come true once again. And it's all thanks to you guys. Alright, you guys can stop tagging me because I have the new gray Roman lip tint, as well as some other shades, mostly coming from the collaboration between G-Dragon, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but let's try all these. First up, I want to try Cloudy Mint because it's a really interesting color. It's like a very pale milky green, so I kind of want to know what it'll look like on top of this lip liner that I normally wear. This is also in the Glassing Gloss, which is my favorite formula, so let's see. Ooh. I feel like the paint guy. You know what? Honestly, I wasn't expecting much, but the lip liner is a really interesting color. A nude for ghouls. I'm sure a color like this is meant to cool down other shades, but honestly, just by itself with the lip liner, I love it. Alright, next is Cloudy Berry. Oh, I've been so excited to try this. This is in their classic lasting tint formula, but I'm not sure if it's actually going to have a tint. The color looks super beautiful. I feel like I've been manifesting gray lip glosses for so long, and now they're like all coming to fruition. Let's just try it. Yeah, it's a lot more pigmented than I was expecting. I'm gonna try to build it up as much as I can. I mean, this is just beautiful. I'm absolutely in heaven right now. I'm gonna have to have like 5 backups of these, like the black one that they have, because this is literally what I want my lips to look like every day. I don't know how those two are gonna be beat, but I do have some more pinky neutral shades. Compact on this one is actually gray, which I feel like is a missed opportunity not to put the gray tint in here, but the shade is Kitten Lychee. Super cute. If you're a summer, I feel like this would be like your perfect shade. I really like it with this makeup. All right, and then this last shade Roman actually sent me because it's like a very pale grayish muted pink. The shade is number 14, Muse. I'm not sure if this is limited edition, but I hope not, because it's in my favorite formula and it's really muted. Ooh, it's really sheer, so I wish I would have done this one first before the one that has the tint to it, but I feel like the shade is perfect for pale olives, especially if you're cool toned. It's just like a really pretty everyday neutral pink. Just for science, I want to mix a little bit of the mint shade into it to see what color it turns. I am so glad I got this color. Alright, that is all. Once again, Roman killed it. Today I have a spooky girl fashion haul. A lot of you guys have been asking where I get my stuff from, like fashion wise, and I want to share with you guys, but first I want to preface by saying none of this stuff is generally affordable, so if that's something you're not into, I totally understand, and I will give you a second to scroll. If you are still here though, glad to have you. I just love spending my money with brands I believe in. Starting first with a little bit of a jewelry haul. I picked up a couple of pieces from Jiwa Naia's sample sale. I've been eyeing this brand forever. I believe they're out of Milan, but the creator is Korean, and she just makes the most beautiful, whimsical, silly, freshwater pearl jewelry I've ever seen. Look how cute these clowns are. I also got the necklace version, and then these super cute ghosts, which I kind of want to wear right now. And then by far one of the most common questions I get about my fashion is where I got this blouse, kind of like Victorian vampire looking thing, from a small Canadian brand called Nuit Clothing Atelier, from their Alchemist line, and they actually just made a new shape. It has a different collar and I believe a sleeve to this one. I also got some other things. I got this button-up vest that you can tighten in the back. Just love the vibes that their clothes have. They all work super well together. Also this super cool skirt garter. I'm so excited to style this. Also picked up two things from Comme des Garçons because they were having a 50% off sale. I would never recommend to buy Comme des Garçons at full price. I picked up this super cute ruffled blouse that has a big velvet ruffle right at the bottom. I think it's so cute. Then these gigantic ruffle black pants. I love fat pants. Some more Japanese fashion though. I got this jacket from a brand called Hey Hey. They're my favorite Japanese brand. Like a mix between a motorcycle jacket and a flannel shirt. And one really cool thing I love about this brand is all of their plaid is handmade in Japan, which is really cool. If you come to Japan, I highly recommend checking out their store in Harajuku. Especially if you are a red lover or a plaid lover, you will be in heaven. I happen to be both, but I'm also a stripe lover, and I got this beautiful corset from Selkie. And like, even with this outfit, just imagine it under here. For size reference, I wear a extra small or a small with them. This is a silly purchase, but honestly, the closer I get to 30, the more just like weird I want to be. I got this lamb cap with devil horns because it's winter and it's kind of cold, so I was like, I want a hat, but I don't want like a boring hat. This one is from the Lights World on Etsy. Highly recommend. Like, it's adorable. Alright, and then finally, this is a dream purchase for me. Since I was a little kid, I have always wanted a pair of Fluvogs. My dad's a big fan of them, and so he would always take me to the store in Seattle, and I would just admire them. But obviously, they are not the most affordable. However, they do have really good Black Friday sales, so I've been keeping my eye on them for like the past couple years, and I finally found a pair that just felt like they were me, which I feel like is the most important with Fluvolog because they just offer a lot of styles, and I feel like you have to pick the one that matches with your soul. And I truly feel like this is me in a pair of shoes. I'm a huge fan of medieval armor, and I feel like these look like the shoe coverings, and then just like this white lace detail with the metal. I don't feel like it could perfectly match me any better. But yeah, that is kind of where I shop, and I don't know, the philosophy of how I pick my pieces. FromSoft makes peak games for the female gaze, and nobody can change my mind. 2026, ladies, it is your time to start some Dark Souls. I said this on my Instagram, and a lot of people agreed, but also a lot of people told me that they were really intimidated by the difficulty, and also they just didn't really know where to start. So this shall be my over-encompassing guide, because seriously, the sooner you start, the better. But first of all, why should the girlies play Dark Souls games? Let me just show you some photos to begin with. Exhibit A, B, and C. Alright, let's get into it. Other than the aesthetic, which you can obviously see, I would say everything comes down to the storytelling. It is very brutal, but at the same time, it's so soft, it's so subtle, and just so deeply romantic. I would say across the board, almost all the games have super heavy themes of gender, of systems of oppression, motherhood, femininity, mental health, disability. So if any of those subjects interest you, definitely check these games out. They're done so right. But my favorite thing would have to be how the women are written in these games. Definitely, by far. There's just such a wide spectrum of so many amazing female characters, and I love literally all of them. Always central to the narrative with their own agency, their own grief, their own rage, their own monstrosity, and also their own softness, and they're not sexualized. Alright, I said all that, but which game should you play first to kind of get the hang of things and just ease into the series? I would say Elden Ring by far. Literally whimsical as hell, and also the kindest to new players, I would say, and also has the best character creation system in my opinion. There are some really hot bosses, flowers everywhere, and also you can ride a horse. The best thing about this game is that's actually mostly an open world, so if an area seems really tough, you can just come back to it so you don't get burnt out. You don't have to do it at that moment. And also there are a lot of summons, which will make the game a lot easier. If you enjoyed Elden Ring, I do have some opinions on where you should go next, but that can be another video. Let's move on to tips. These are my personal tips as someone who's actually only been to the series for a very short time. Now, I just want to reiterate, the difficulty is going to be difficult, but that is a part of the storytelling, and just knowing that is going to make the game a lot more enjoyable for you. But I do have some tips for the the initial intimidation phase. 1, failing is the point. You are meant to fail over and over and over again. You are not going to get anything first try. 2 would be to watch enemies first. Honestly, I would spend a lot of time just dodging enemies before you even try to attack them. The learning curve of these games is actually just learning the rhythm of enemy patterns, and once you get that down, it'll help you so much and you'll get a lot less frustrated. And finally, do not be scared to look up guides for everything. Stuck on where to go? Guide. Stuck on a boss? Guide. Stuck on an area? Guide. However, though, my #1 biggest tip if you want the coziest start to any kind of FromSoft run is actually not to play it alone. You can install a mod called Seamless Co-op. It's super easy to find, super easy to install, and it will actually let you play the whole game entirely multiplayer, which will definitely make the game so much easier and a lot more fun because you can also just have someone with you. So why not start your 2026 playthrough of Souls games with a fellow maiden? You guys always ask me for Skull Panda makeup, and I feel like today is the day. This collaboration is literally so iconic. Thank you so much to Popbox for sending these over. I'll leave all my information above, but I have Kuromi X Skull Panda and my Melody. Cannot get over these designs. The Kuromi one, she is so adorable. I love that even her eyes are Kuromi. This is the My Mellow one. Oh, she's so beautiful, but I think if I'm only gonna do makeup for one of them, I have to do the Kuromi one. I even want to base today's outfit off of her, but I think for now I'm gonna base my makeup off this card. First, a little sip of my coffee. Alright, I'm just going to do a lot of foundation to get a really smooth, like, pale base. And then I'm gonna start with blush today. I'm gonna use this purple one from Danessa Myrick. This is what the color looks like, and I'm just gonna take a little bit and really blow this out all over my cheek. Like, we are doing Skull Panda makeup. This is the first layer. Then if you notice, there's actually usually a really harsh gradient. So I'm gonna use an even darker purple blush right at the tops of my cheeks. I would say we are literally twins. Before I move on to eyeshadow, she also has no eyebrows, so I'm going to lighten mine as much as I can. Something like this. For eyeshadow, I kind of want to mix the color of her eyes and the eyeshadow together, so thinking the purple section of this palette. Starting first with this pink all over my eyes and into the blush I placed down. I'm also going to take a little bit across the bridge of my nose. I'm going to use this purple all over my eye. I think this shimmer, and then this shade on my aegyosaw. Tiny bit of black just for some depth out here. Drawing like a huge aegyosaw. Setting my face and adding even more purple blush just to really make sure everything is blended together. They also have blush on their chins. I think she's also supposed to have a nose piercing, so I added one as well. Then I want to show you guys how to do a Skull Panda lip. I always like to start with a pale liner in a taupe shade, then one of the lighter transition shades that I used on my eyes. In this case, I'm using this pink all over my cupid's bow and then slightly blending up. I'm gonna go for this rounded shape. Then you need a lighter lipstick and then a darker one to do a gradient. You just take a little bit of the lighter one first and fill in your lips, then just take the darker one a little bit right in the center. Make sure the darkest part of your lip is like right in the center to get the most 3D effect. And then you can stop here. It's pretty accurate, or you can add a gloss. This is what the finished makeup looks like. Not twins, but definitely inspired by each other. Placing my girl on my skull bag to match, and this is the outfit. Thank you once again, Popbox. I love them.